Hi everyone, this is Miss Tangway. I'm the school librarian here at Diamond, and I created this screencast so that I could review the library website with you. I'm going to start by a brief overview, and then we're going to finish up by looking at the library catalog in more detail. So let's get started. So starting at the Diamond homepage, you'll find the library page under the Academics menu. Here's the library homepage. On the left are some research guides. In the top middle, is the search box for the library catalog. Underneath that is my Twitter feed, and I generally like to tweet about activities that are happening in the library. On the top right corner is a search box for Destiny Discover, and this is for students who want to focus on finding just ebooks or audiobooks in our collection. This is kind of a shortcut for just those resources. Beneath that are a couple of other links. Access 360 is a really great resource that is shared throughout the state of Massachusetts by other school libraries and public libraries. I'm going to create a separate screencast for Access 360 so that I can explain how it works to everyone and get you to use it. It's a great resource for ebooks and audiobooks. Noodle Tools is software that students in Lexington use when they're doing research and need to cite their sources, give credit where credit is due. We'll talk more about that later. I have two links to the local public libraries, Cary Memorial and Boston Public Library. And regardless of whether you live in Lexington or Boston, it's always a good idea to have your own public library card. Public libraries are terrific resources, and students get a lot of information. There's other resources that you may not find in the school library there, so always good to have your own public library card. The library website has other information. I'm going to ask you to take a look at that on your own time, do some exploring. These tabs will navigate you to other sections of the library webpage. There's more information about why the library is called the Sullivan Library. There's another page that talks about our library crew, and you can also take a look at the calendar and see who's scheduled here. But let's focus on Destiny, the library catalog. Let's say I want to search for a Harry Potter book. This is a familiar format to all of you because I know you use this in elementary school. So you can search by title, author, subject, keyword, or series here. So if I do a search for a keyword, this is going to open up a separate window with my search results. Now what I want to focus here is I want to focus your attention on this login link. Not everybody knows that you can log into your account in Destiny. I want to show that to you right now, and I want to show you the features that you can access only when you're logged in. So I've created a fake student ID, and I'm going to log in using that ID. So students need to use their year of graduation and last name, and some of you have a digit or two after your last name. Do not use the @lexingtonma.org part of your username. That's not going to be accepted with Destiny. So you're just going to use your year of graduation, your last name, and whether some of you have a number or two. And then put in your Diamond password and log in. So as you can see, I've just logged in as Debbie Diamond. So the feature that I wanted to point out that you can only access when you're logged in is this My Info tab right here. By clicking on that, you can take a look at what books you have checked out. In this example, Debbie Diamond has a book called Ghosts out. This is one of my graphic novels. One thing to pay attention to here is the due date is in red. That means that this book is overdue. So if Debbie wanted more time with this book, she could renew it for herself right here. And you can do the same. Other things that you can find are when you log into your account is whether or not you have books on hold. All right, so this is important for students to know. That's the My Info tab. Let's go back to the catalog. Other things I want you to be aware of are there are two other ways you can search the library catalog. And the links are on the left side here. So we are looking at the traditional library search. And you can look at a basic search, you can do an advanced search, a power search, visual search. You can look up books by a call number if you know. So for example, if you knew that my graphic novels are all 741.5, you could do a search for all my graphic novels this way. I have 386, a ton of them. And then you could take a look at all of these. So I'm going to go back to library search. So that's searching by call number. So there's lots of options here. But let's take a look at another way to search the catalog. This one is called Destiny Quest. Much more visual. You've got the top 10 books that have recently been checked out. And when you scroll over each number, it'll tell you which book holds that position. It also gives you a box where you can look at the books that have just arrived into our collection. Here's a summary with more information about a book called The Absolute Value of Mike. From this screen, it'll tell you how many are available. You can place a hold on it. It also gives you suggestions for other books that are similar that you may want to explore. So this is Destiny Quest. You can also access the My Info information from here as well. So what you have checked out, the holes that you have. All right, so that's accessible in Destiny Quest. You can also log out of the catalog with this link up at the top. You can also go back to the original format by using this exit link. Here's that traditional library search. So we just looked at Destiny Quest. The last one I want to talk about in this screencast is Destiny Discover. Destiny Discover makes it easy for students to take a look at our audiobooks and our ebooks separately. We'll get to that in a second, but down below you can see a category called Recently Added Books, and that's like Destiny Quest's recently added. So you can take a look at those, or the popular titles, that's your top 10. All right, so you can take a look at those, and then it'll tell you whether this book is in or out, whether it's available or not. But I want to take a look at the audiobooks. So for example, let's say you were interested in Counting by Sevens as an audiobook. You would click on that and get some more information. The options are you could play this right now, right here and now. You could start listening to this audiobook. But you should check it out if you're interested in it. Maybe you want to play it to see if it's something that interests you. But unless you check it out, whenever you have to log out of this system and go on to your next class, you're not going to be able to come back to this audiobook necessarily unless you check it out. All right, so by checking it out, it will tell you when the due date is. All right, so you'll be able to listen to this anytime you log into your account. All right, so that's something that's really important to know. You can also return this as well. Okay, now it says title returned. All right, so to go back to get out of Destiny Discover and go back to your traditional search mode, if you click on these little 3 lines in the top corner, that'll let you into the menu access, and you can choose Destiny and go back to the traditional library search. So these 3 modes of searching our library are options that I want all of our students to know about. You may enjoy using one more than the other, but I wanted you to know that they were all there. So I want to remind everybody that once you log into Destiny, you ought to log out when you're done, especially if you're in school on a school computer. You don't want to have somebody mistakenly log into your be into your account and check out a book under your name. Um, Mistakes like that happen all the time. So please try to remember to log out. I'm going to log Debbie Diamond out. And that concludes this screencast about 3 ways to search the catalog. If you have any questions, come on into the library and ask, or if you see me in the hallway, just say, hey, Miss Tangway, I took a look at your video and I had a couple of questions about some of the ways to look at the catalog. All right, we'll see you around school.